So welcome to this video, dear learners. In this simple video, we'll just look at how you can answer this question. So this was given as a request from one of my students. Okay, so this is under multiplication of matrices. Okay, this is under multiplication of matrices. So express AB as a single matrix. Okay, so what this simply means, this simply tells you to multiply the matrix A and what? B. Okay, they're simply asking you to multiply the matrix A and what? And B. Okay, so in other words, you should multiply this matrix. So negative 3, 1, 1, 2, okay, and then you multiply times what? The other matrix, which is 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's what it means, multiplication of matrices. So if we notice the order of these two matrices, okay, this one it is a 2 by 2, and this one it is also a 2 what? by 2. Okay, so multiplying a matrix, we simply use this formula, row by what? By column. Okay, row by column. So before we answer this question, okay, maybe do a bit of explanation. Maybe this can help to make things quite simple. Okay, so let's say you have been given a matrix A, B, C, D. Okay, this is a matrix that you've been given. Okay, and you're told to multiply it with another matrix. Okay, here I'll use let's say I'll use E, F, G, and H. Okay, so before you multiply these two matrices, okay, let's see how you do it. Okay, so we're saying that we use row multiplied by what? By column. Okay, row multiplied by what? The column. Okay, so now looking at this, okay, so here the first matrix here, you're simply multiplying you're getting the row. Okay, so these are called rows. So this is a row and this is a row. So a row AB is a row, CD is also a row. Okay, it is what? A row. So AB, I'm going to call it as row number 1. Okay, and CD, I'm going to call it as row number what? Number 2. Okay, then here you've got column. So here EG is a column. I'm going to call it as column X. FH is also a column. I'm going to call it as column what? Y. Okay, so the way you multiply these, okay, so you must have, if you have got two columns here, meaning you should also have, if you have two rows, you have two rows here, 1, 2, meaning you should also have two columns. Okay, that's how you multiply these matrices. Okay, so now let's see how you can do the multiplication. Okay, so the multiplication here will be like this. Okay, so it will be row number 1. Okay, so I'm going to write it like row number 1. Okay, row number 1, row number 1 will multiply with the, okay, to multiply with the column X. Okay, so row number 1 with column X. Okay, then again row number 1, row number 1 is AB, will multiply then with the column Y. Okay, so row number 1 multiplied with column X, again row number 1 multiplied with column Y. Okay, and we'll see how you do that. Then you come down to row number 2. Row number 2, okay, is going to multiply with the, okay, row number 2 will multiply with the same thing, column X, and then row number 2 again will multiply with what? Column what? Column Y. Okay, multiply with column Y. So now let's look at how this actually happens. Okay, so so this row, okay, we'll do this. Okay, So row number 1, here we are saying row number 1 multiplied with the column X. So row number 1 is A, B. Column X is E and G. Okay. So you have A, B multiplied with E and G. Now, the way the multiplication takes place here, okay, I want you to pay attention. So, the first letter here, A, will multiply with the element or the number, okay, which is on top in this column, okay. So the number on top in this column, which is E. Then B here multiplies with the number that is down in the column, okay. So this row will multiply with this column, but the way they multiply, the A multiplies with the number on top, the B multiplies with the number down, okay. So that's the same thing that will happen here, okay. The A again will multiply with the number that is on top, okay, and the B will multiply with the number that is down, okay. So let's write what we are saying. So A will multiply with E, okay. So we're going to say A multiplied with what? With E, okay. You put this in brackets, plus then B multiplied with G, okay. B multiplied with what? With G, okay. So here you have multiplied row number 1 and column X. So make sure that here you go back to AB and here you go back to EG. That's when you know that, okay, you've done the correct thing. So this one should give you back AB and this two should give you back EG, okay. That's how you tell that you've done the correct thing, okay. I hope that is clear, okay. So here again we're saying column 1 should multiply with Y. Y is here, okay. Y is here. So again, column A multiplies with the number on top. Here in column Y, A multiplies with the number on top. So we're going to say A times F plus B multiplies the number down. So B times H. So we check if our multiplication is correct. This should take us back to AB and this should take us back to FH, okay. That's how you tell whether you've done the correct thing. Then you go down to row 2. Row 2 again, the first element here multiplies with the one on top. So you're going to do again C times E, okay. Then plus the one this side on the right multiplies with the one down. D times what? Times G. Again, you check, okay. The one here and the one here should give you CD. The one here and here should give you again EG, okay. Then again, this same column with that one. So C again will multiply with F, okay. So C times F plus D times H. So you check again, C and D should go back to CD. F and D, H should give you back FH, okay. So I hope that one is understood. So let's go back to our question now. We deal with numbers, okay. So again, just for the sake of understanding, this is your first row and this is your second row, okay. This column we can call it column X and this column we can call it column Y, okay. So like we did here, okay, as you can see here, we said the column 1 will multiply first with the row X, okay. So let's do this, okay. Very simple, very simple. So remember, you're starting with this row with this, okay. So we're starting with this row with column X, okay, 1 and X. So the first element here we said multiplies with the number, the element on top here in the column, okay. So this is going to be negative 3 times what? Times 5. You put this in brackets, say plus, you go to 1 multiplies with the 1 down. 1 times what? Times 2. Again here you can check, guys, okay. You can check, always check, okay. So when you get this element and this element, negative 3 and 1, it should give you these. Have you seen negative 3 and 1? Then if you check again this element and this element, 5 and 2 should give you this row, okay, which is the 5 and the 2, okay, the 5 and the 2, okay. So again we said 1 times y, so this same 1 times y, okay. So 3 will multiply with the 3, so negative 3 by 3 plus 1 by 1, now 1 by 1, okay. Again, it's always important you check negative 3 and 1 here. I should get negative 3 and 1, you see. Then 3 and 1 here, I should get 3 and 1 here, 3 and 1. So this is telling you about the column that you're multiplying, eh? So this is telling you about the row you're multiplying, this is telling you about the column you're multiplying. This is telling you about the row you're multiplying, it's telling you about the column you're multiplying, okay. Just pay attention nicely, you see, you get it, okay. So again you go down here, eh? Okay, we say 2 times column x, okay. So row 2 times column x, so 1 will go with 5, 2 will go with 2, okay. It's very simple. You say 1 by 5, you say plus, then 2 by 2, 2 by 2, okay. It's important to check your row must be 1 and 2. Have you seen 1 and 2? Your column must be 5 and 2. Have you seen 5 and 2? You know you're doing the correct thing. You leave a space here, and then now you go to this same row and column y, okay. So 1 will go with 3, 2 will go with 1, okay. So 1 by 3, okay, plus 2 by what? 1. Again here you can always check, okay. For your row it must be 1 and 2. If you check 1 and 2, very correct. Your column must be 3 and 1, as you see, 3 and 1, very correct, okay. So at this point now you just you come down like this, okay. You need to show how you're working, eh? So negative 3 times 5, this is negative 15, plus 1 by 2, this is simply 2. You come down 1 by 5, this is 5, plus 2 by 2, that is 4. You come this side, negative 3 by 3, that is negative 9, plus 1 times 1, that is 1. You come here, 1 times 3, that is 3, plus 2 times 1, that is what? 2, okay. Then 15 plus 2, okay, that should be negative 13, negative 13. 5 plus 4, that is 9. Here negative, here is you're subtracting different signs, right? So 8, 9 minus 1, that's 8, so negative 8. Here 5, and this is the answer, okay. So I know sometimes you can get confused, but always just do it simple and straightforward, okay. Just go through all these stages, okay. Just make sure that, okay, my row number 1 must be multiplied with column number x, again row number 1 with column y, okay, just like I did here, okay. You do it like this, you will never fail such a question. And this is our answer: negative 13, negative 8, 9, and then 5.